This video explores the Near East in ancient times. Our cover image shows a 7th century BCE stone relief depicting the army of King Ashurbanipal fighting nomadic Arabian desert groups. Babylon emerged as a new power in southern Mesopotamia. Unlike it wasn't initially a major city-state. Its name, possibly Babel, meant, quote, gateway of the gods to Akkadian speakers. In 1894 BCE, Sumu Adam established himself as its ruler. During Hammurabi's reign in the 18th century BCE, Babylon became a powerful center. He allied with the Assyrians, expanding his kingdom to control Isin, Uruk, and other southern Mesopotamian cities. By 1755 BCE, he had built a Mesopotamian empire, though it eventually fell to the Hittites after his death. This relief at the top of a 7-foot stone stele shows King Hammurabi receiving his royal insignia from a seated god, likely Marduk. This signifies his divine right to rule. The stele's lower portion contains his famous law code. The Hittites, an Indo-European speaking group, rose to power in Anatolia from the 1600s BCE. By 1650 BCE, they dominated central Anatolia from their capital, Hattusas. Their expansion led them to sack Babylon, but internal struggles and assassinations followed. The Hittite Empire revived under Tudhalias I and Suppiluliumas I, becoming a major Near Eastern power. They rivaled New Kingdom Egypt, culminating in the Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BCE. This led to a peace treaty in 1258 BCE, but the empire collapsed 50 years later. The image on the left shows the Hittite Empire at its greatest extent in the 13th century BCE. On the right, carved fragments depict the Egypto-Hittite peace treaty of 1258 BCE. The Late Bronze Age collapse, around 1200 BCE, saw the decline of many Near Eastern powers, including the Hittites. This period of famine, disease, war, and migrations led to the Iron Age, where iron replaced bronze and new empires emerged. Mesopotamia underwent significant transformations after the Late Bronze Age collapse. Assyria and Babylonia declined, with Chaldeans controlling southern Mesopotamia and Arameans disrupting trade routes, becoming dominant in western Mesopotamia. This image depicts an artifact from the Iron Age, a period where iron became the primary metal for tools and weapons, marking a new era in the Near East. Around 900 BCE, Assyria re-established control, marking the birth of the Neo-Assyrian Empire. Under Ashur-nasirpal II, they expanded, asserting dominance over Aramean kingdoms in Babylonia. By 671 BCE, King Esarhaddon conquered Egypt, achieving unprecedented territorial control, though this supremacy was short-lived. The Neo-Babylonian Empire, shown in green by 550 BCE, expanded its control across Mesopotamia, Syria, Judah, and into the Arabian Peninsula, illustrating its significant territorial reach. In the ancient Middle East, diplomacy and trade were vital. Kings sought alliances and used ambassadors, gift-giving, and intermarriage to maintain peace and prevent costly wars. Travel between cities was slow, but traders received protection in exchange for fees. This relief from the Black Obelisk of Shalmaneser III shows the Assyrian king receiving tribute from Jehu, king of Israel. Erected in 825 BCE, this public monument is a rare, complete Assyrian obelisk. Daily life in the Near East was structured by social classes, as seen in Hammurabi's code. Nobles, commoners, and the enslaved had different legal treatments. Women's rights varied, and homes reflected social distinctions, from simple mud dwellings to elaborate courtyards for the wealthy. Babylonians worshipped many gods, who were seen as powerful lords with human emotions. Marduk became the patron god of Babylonia during Hammurabi's dynasty. Each city had a patron god, and individuals also believed in personal deities. This detail from the Attis seal, dating to 2300 BCE, shows the Babylonian god Ea, also known as Enki. He is depicted with a horned helmet, surrounded by a river of flowing water. Hittite society differed from Assyrian and Babylonian cultures. Most people lived in rural villages, with land often held in common. Slavery increased due to war captives. Their religion blended traditions, including Mesopotamian divination rituals. The king was the high priest, performing rites at festivals. Among the most important Hittite gods were the sun goddess Arina and her consort, the weather god Tarhuna, depicted in this relief holding an axe and a 3-pronged thunderbolt. During the New Kingdom, Egyptian pharaohs reunited Egypt after foreign rule and embarked on expansionist conquests. This led to flourishing trade and advances in arts. Semitic-speaking Hyksos immigrants from Canaan settled in the Nile Delta, eventually asserting control over Lower Egypt around 1720 BCE, marking the Second Intermediate Period. During the Second Intermediate Period, Egypt was divided into three kingdoms: the Hyksos, the Kush, and the Thebans, as shown in this illustration. In the Theban kingdom, indigenous Egyptian rulers resisted Hyksos' control. After multiple attempts, Pharaoh Ahmose I successfully destroyed the Hyksos kingdom around 1540 BCE, reasserting Egyptian power. His reign ushered in the New Kingdom, extending control over Nubia and Palestine. This colorized image from a ceremonial Egyptian axe blade shows Pharaoh Ahmose I slaying a Hyksos. His military victories were crucial in ushering in Egypt's New Kingdom period. The New Kingdom, from circa 1550 to 1069 BCE, marked the pinnacle of Egyptian power, extending its reach deep into the Libyan desert, Nubia, and northern Syria. Pharaohs like Amenhotep I, Queen Hatshepsut, and Ramesses II commanded massive armies and built impressive architectural wonders. The rise of early New Kingdom pharaohs coincided with the elevation of Amun-Re, the patron god of Thebes. Pharaohs built temples, notably the Great Temple of Amun at Karnak, and Thebes became the state's religious capital and royal burial site, the Valley of the Kings. This granite statue of a kneeling pharaoh Hatshepsut, carved in the 15th century BCE, depicts her with male features, including a flat chest and a beard. This was a symbolic representation of pharaonic power, as all pharaohs were symbolically male. Hatshepsut, acting as regent for her stepson Thutmose III, proclaimed herself co-regent and then pharaoh, a very unusual period in Egyptian history. For 21 years, she ruled over a prosperous Egypt, conducting military campaigns and earning recognition as one of the greatest female pharaohs. Hatshepsut's mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri features large ramps and tiers designed to blend seamlessly into the surrounding cliffs. It is located near the Valley of the Kings. After Hatshepsut's death, Thutmose III took sole control, leading military campaigns and eventually erasing Hatshepsut from historical records to pave the way for his son's undisputed rule. Subsequent pharaohs, including Amenhotep III and Akhenaten, continued Egypt's legacy, with Akhenaten introducing a new cult around the god Aton.